What's up, guys? My name is Julian. I'm here with FXNR Sports. I just finished up watching the UFC 287 press conference. We got a huge card taking place this weekend in Miami. I'm mostly excited about the two main events. We got the co-main starting off with Jorge Masvidal. As you guys know, that's Mr. 305. He's born and raised in Miami, bleeds Miami, and he's well loved by Miami. And then we got Gilbert Burns. He's been training in Miami for the past 10 years, so there's a lot of Miami history between these two guys. From what I can see in the press conference, all of the fans are behind Jorge Masvidal right now, but that's to be expected. Taking a breakdown of these guys, then we got Jorge Masvidal looking at his last three fights. Not great, but considering who he lost to, you can't count the guy out, right? In 2020, he had a loss against Usman. I believe he took that fight on a 6-day notice, came in, lost by decision. He fought him again in 2021. That one didn't go as well. I would just call it what it is. Usman put him to sleep. And then 2022, he came back, fought Kobe. He put up a good fight, but for majority of the fight, Kobe was just wrestling him, so it wasn't really too exciting, right? And then we got Gilbert Burns' last three fights. He's coming off a win over Stephen Thompson by decision. Then in 2022, he had a decision loss to Khamzat, but in my opinion, that fight really could have went either way. That was a really good fight. And then recently in 2023, he just had a submission win over Neil Magny. Now, Dana White earlier said that no matter what happens in this fight, Colby Covington is going to be fighting Leon Edwards next for the belt. But in this press conference here, he just said that if anything changes, if anything spectacular happens during this fight, then he'll maybe consider one of these guys being, next for the belt. But as of right now, it's still looking like Kobe's going to get that next shot. Then we got the main event, which I'm honestly most excited for. Israel Adesanya is my favorite fighter in the UFC. I just love his fighting style. But this one's going to be a tough one. As far as Vegas odds go on this one, we got Alex Pereira plus 115. So Vegas has Izzy winning this fight. The crazy thing is these guys have major history. They fought twice prior to being in the UFC, with Alex beating him twice. The one win that he had that went to decision, it really should have went to Izzy in my opinion, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not a judge or anything, but the second one, obviously, Izzy got knocked out. This prior fight that they had in the UFC, I believe, Izzy survives, a couple more minutes. He wins the fight. He was up, I would say, probably 4-1 going into that fifth round. He just had to close it out. And Alex, he came out, did what he had to do, connected with a left hook, and it was just all bad from there. Considering that Izzy is majority a kickboxer and he doesn't really wrestle, I'm not really sure what he's going to do differently. But if you did watch that first fight, you did see in the first round that Izzy was about 3 to 4 seconds away from putting him to sleep, and then Alex got saved by the bell. But hey, I can't knock Alex. He came out in the fifth round, did what he had to do, and he was able to get the job done, and now he's the champ. So that's done, and he's 7-1 right now in the UFC. Crazy. 7-1, already has the belt. Now he's defending it against Izzy for the second time. In my opinion, taking bias out, I do think Alex beats him again, just based off, power. Izzy's, he doesn't have the knockout power really to put Alex away. Alex can recover really fast, as we can see in the first fight that they fought recently. But when Alex hits Izzy, man, it's like getting hit by a truck. So I'm excited to see this one. I think, it's going to be a great fight. Going back to the odds for Masvidal and Burns, someone did ask Masvidal about, his betting odds. He is currently plus money right now. He's plus 360 on DraftKings. So that's pretty good odds if you want to make some money and, you're a fan of Jorge Masvidal. Someone did ask him, what does he think about that? He said, if you want to make money, and I quote, bet the house on it. I'm not, encouraging you guys to bet on Masvidal if you guys want. It is going to be a tough fight. Gilbert Burns is a very, very tough fighter. If recovers well, and if he does get knocked to the ground, no one wants to go down there with him. He'll welcome you with open arms. So Masvidal is going to have to get it done on the feet. But this is going to be a very, very good card, in my opinion. I do think if I'm being biased, I'm gonna put my bias. I think Masvidal, and I got Izzy, so I'm taking Masvidal, Izzy for the winners this weekend. But I understand it's going to be a very, very tough fight. And then starting off with tonight as well, we got two huge basketball games tonight. We got the Heat versus the 76ers. That's always a tough matchup. Joel Embiid, he kind of has some ties in Miami with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's been trying to recruit him to come to Miami for the longest, but Philly, they just got Harden, so they're rocking right now. Look for Philly to be a very tough team to beat in the playoffs. To beat them 4 times in Philly, you're going to have to win a couple games in Philly, and that's always going to be tough. It's always a playoff atmosphere playing there, even during the regular season. And then Joel Embiid, MVP. I actually had him winning MVP at the beginning of this year. I bet on it. So I'm hoping that he does get the MVP, but Jokic, you can't count him out as well. Speaking of Jokic, we got the Suns playing the Nuggets tonight. I believe the Nuggets are still the number 1 seed in the league right now, and the Suns are currently undefeated with Kevin Durant playing. This one's going to be a tough one. I think the Suns actually are going to take this one tonight, though. Just Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they've been playing really well. And, going into the playoffs, they want to start building that playoff chemistry. It's looking like the Suns are going to match up with the Clippers first round. That's going to be a very, very, very good series. I mean, as long as Paul George comes back healthy, I would love to see, Paul George and Kawhi versus KD and Devin Booker. As we all know, PG or playoff P, he's going to have to step it up. The Suns are not a team that anyone wants to see first or second round. If I wanted to see the Suns, it's going to have to be in the Western Conference Finals. But tune into tonight's games. We got the Heat 76ers. That's going to be a very, very good game. Very, very well teams in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then we got the Suns Nuggets. Nuggets number 1 seed. Suns currently, I think, the best team in the West when everyone's healthy. They do need a little bit more depth, I think, to make a far run in the playoffs. But just alone with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you should be guaranteed Western Conference Finals. But as far as that goes, that's it for right now. If I get any more information or anything, I would definitely update you guys. But don't forget to tune in this weekend. We got Masvidal and we got Burns. And then the main event, we got Alex Potent Pereira versus Izzy Adesanya. And then again, tonight, Heat 76ers, Suns Nuggets. Don't forget to tune in. Thanks.